Hey there, it's Sydney with Tastefully Frugal, and today I want to share with you a project that I get asked about all the time. One of the most commonly asked questions I get in our Cricut Joy emails and help groups are, can the Cricut Joy make faux leather earrings? And that's a very valid question. The Joy is a perfect size for making the different designs of faux leather. And I'm happy to tell you that yes, you can make faux leather earrings, and today I'll show you how. Now, not all faux leather is created equally, and there's several different types of faux leather. So I've tested out probably about 10, maybe a dozen different types of faux leather. So I'll share some more information about that later in the video. Not all faux leather can be cut on the Cricut Joy. So I'm gonna flip these two pieces over. This is a nice, like a leopard look, and then this is like the pebbled faux leather. But I'll show you here. We'll flip it over, and as you can see, the fabric, this leopard has more like a soft fabric feel to it. I don't know if you can see in the video. While this is more hard, your material or your faux leathers that have the soft fabric backing, for whatever reason, the Joy just can't cut those. These don't work well with the Joy. However, the pebbled look or any of the faux leather that has kind of the rougher backing, you can totally do that with. And so we're gonna make these fun Halloween earrings. We'll get a close-up view, and you can see that instead of using just regular vinyl, we actually used a regular iron-on. We used glow-in-the-dark iron-on. So there's a description, there's a link to another video in the description of this video where I tell you more about glow-in-the-dark iron-on vinyl and how to use it. It's super easy. It's one of my favorite materials to use during this time of year, during the holidays, because it really can take your next project to the next level. So we're going to be using the black faux leather. We'll use our Cricut Joy with our standard grip mat. And then we're going to use our Easy Press Mini to press our iron-on vinyl onto our Joy, or onto, not our Joy, onto the faux leather earrings. So I'll show you how to do all of this. If you'd like to check out a full written tutorial for this project, there is also a link in the description of the video to a blog post that shows you everything to do there, as well as all the products that I'm using will be linked in the description for the video with any discount codes that you can use for either the Cricut supplies or any of the other supplies that we're doing. So let's go ahead and hop on in and get started. Okay, so we'll want to open up a new canvas in Design Space, and the first thing you want to check whenever you're working with a new machine is, or a different machine if you have multiple Cricut machines, is make sure you have the right machine selected. So up here I had the maker selected. I went ahead and changed it to Joy, so we have all the options for Joy. Next we're going to go to upload, and I'm just going to select the two earring designs that I've already uploaded. You'll see down in the bottom that they are selected, and we'll just click insert images. Now, once we have these loaded into Design Space, we are going to, or into our canvas in Design Space, we're going to resize them. You can see here that they're pretty big. We definitely don't need our earrings being 12 inches tall. So let's go ahead and resize them. I found through trial and error that the best size for teardrop earrings is 2.5 inches tall. And that gives them, they're about 1 3/4 inches wide. And that, from trying it out, at least for my preference, is the size that I prefer. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the color of the spiderweb design to white so I can see it over the black, and I'm just going to make sure that they size up and they line up well. So I'll go to align and then center, and since everything looks good, we are ready to go, but we need more than one earring, right? So we will go over to the layers panel, and since we have both the spiderweb and the teardrop earring selected, we can click duplicate, and it will duplicate both of those layers for us. So now we are ready to send it to our Joy to cut. So click make it, and we need to select how we're going to cut our materials. Without mat is only for smart materials, so smart iron-on, vinyl, and labels. Since that's not what we're using, we're going to select on mat and then just click done. And then since we are using iron-on vinyl, we'll want to make sure that we are mirroring the design. So just click this mirror button and we are good to go. Click continue. And next you'll want to connect your Joy, and if you only have one Joy machine, it will automatically connect when you get to this screen. We'll select our material. We're going to browse all materials, and I found for glow in the dark iron-on, it cuts perfectly on the everyday iron-on setting. So we're going to select that for our material and then follow the prompts in Design Space. It will prompt you when to load your mat. And then also for the Joy, as you know, you need to select Go in Design Space to have it start cutting. So here we are just cutting our design on the Joy. As you can see, I did cut down my glow-in-the-dark HTV to size. That way we're not wasting any extra HTV. I have some more fun tutorials coming later this month with heat transfer, the glow-in-the-dark heat transfer vinyl. So I wanted to have as much left over as possible. Once the design is done cutting, you'll go back in Design Space to unload the mat. So once it's unloaded, you'll need to go back in Design Space, and we want to change our material. Since we're cutting faux leather, we're going to go to Browse All Materials and search faux leather, select it and click Done. And then we're going to change the pressure from default to more. I found with a Joy, you do need to have more pressure to cut faux leather. Again, load your mat with your faux leather into your machine when it is prompted to in Design Space. And then once your machine makes sure that your mat is aligned, the green Go button will be highlighted and you can click that to start cutting your faux leather. Now, I did use a standard grip mat for both the faux leather and the iron-on vinyl. You can use a light grip mat for iron-on, but I do recommend using the standard grip for the faux leather, so you do have that extra hold to make sure it doesn't move while being cut. Once it's done cutting, Design Space will prompt you to remove it, and you can go ahead and just remove your mat from your machine and then just remove your earrings from your mat. Next, you'll want to weed your designs. You can see I already did one earring here, and we're just going to take a sped up version of the other one. I've linked this Cricut tool, the weeding tool, in the description for this video. This is my favorite tool to use when I'm weeding, whether it's iron-on vinyl or regular vinyl. It comes in really, really handy. It also comes in handy when I'm removing the backing from my kids' stickers too. Once we have our design, our spiderweb design weeded, we are ready to press our design onto our faux leather. So we're going to cut our design in half, and we are going to preheat our faux leather for about 5 seconds. We're going to heat our Easy Press 2 to 280. As you can see here, just press it for about 5 seconds to preheat, and then you'll want to line up your spiderweb HTV onto your faux leather teardrop earring. I found that the best way to make sure that your iron-on doesn't move when it's being pressed is to use heat-resistant tape and tape your design onto your Easy Press mat. That way it doesn't move at all when you are pressing. And then you'll just press at 280 for 30 seconds. Once the timer goes off on your Easy Press, you'll want to remove your earrings from your Easy Press mat, and then you want the glow-in-the-dark HTV to completely cool before you peel it. So once it's cooled, you can just peel away. I always peel slowly just in case for whatever reason it didn't fully adhere. You can press it again without ruining your project. Once you have your HTV on your earring, it's time to put your earrings together. So I have linked in the description to the video a super helpful jewelry tool that I like to use when I'm making bracelets or earrings that helps with closing these jump ring clamps. I've also linked the hardware that I use for earrings in the description for the video as well. I know it gets a little blurry and you can't see it, but it takes, less than a minute for each earrings. And then there you have it, glow in the dark Halloween earrings. So as you can see, cutting faux leather and making earrings with a Joy is a quick and easy project that pretty much anyone can do. If you would like to buy any of the supplies that we talked about, I linked everything I used in the description for this video. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to check out a written tutorial for the video, there is a link in the description to the blog post, which has step-by-step photos as well as the directions for how to make these earrings. And if you like this video, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Cricut tips, tricks, and tutorials. Have a great day. See you next time.